Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in the F2 cars. It's the British circuit for the Rwagnation League. I cannot wait to see how this pans out. Looking at the drivers on the right-hand side, we have some very familiar faces we've seen here time and time again. We're looking at Piloto Paya, who actually won last week's Grand Prix. We've got Bottas Gang as well, who's very much a contender for taking that title. Aviator, again, another driver who can more than easily take those top spots. But we have got a new driver today in the form of Veloce Foxy MW. So I'm going to see in his debut race around the in these cars. Oh, he's actually currently set P2. Oh, never mind. That's chopping and changing a lot purely because of the fact that we do have quite a close grid, I guess, here in this instance. So he's currently set 11th as we come through. Oh, he's lost the rear. That's not what we like to see. Pre-race jitters, it looks like. Well, we can go to Piloto Paya, who is usually sitting on the top step of the... well, he's going to get pole position more than likely. But Beaker, this is a track he's quite good at. Very comfortable when it comes to navigating these F2 cars around circuits. And a track like this kind of suits his driving style, to be honest. Whereas Piloto Paya is hopefully, hopefully for him at least, going to be able to make this a very close little battle. I'm seeing the top three swap places quite frequently. Beaker seems to get the better exit, as Bottas Gang was the fastest on the entry, but as we know, slow in, fast out, and that's why Beaker is currently on the top. Furball there in fourth, with Jack chasing down in fifth. Bottas Gang's actually found some more pace, so clearly something went wrong through Cop's corner for Beaker. In fact, let's go on board with him as we see it, as he's going wrong in Maggots and Beckers. That is very wrong. He's losing places now. Goes down into third. I wouldn't be surprised if Furball managed to find a way through. He has. There he is, and Bottas Gang seriously lost it. He is falling right down the order, down into 14th, and he's retired. So that's two drivers now that are not actually going to get a qualifying time on the board. That is a disaster for Bottas Gang. Easily one of the fastest drivers here, but isn't able to get a qualifying time on the board. So Piloto Paya looks to be taking that top step position again. Let's have a look where he is currently. Coming through the final corner now. Jack will be in second, as it looks like, to the line. Piloto takes it with Jack there in second, and Beaker very marginally ahead in third place. 139.567, 3/10 separating P1 and P2. That is a very, very close little battle that's going on there. And this has actually got a large promise to be seriously entertaining. So strap in, get ready. If you haven't already got yourself a drink, well, you've got about a minute and a half before we move into the F2 race. Remember, there are two races. You've got the feature race and then the sprint race, which is a bit shorter. We'll come to that in a second. But Piloto Paya, for the second week in a row, will take pole position again. That's 4 points to kickstart his weekend here in the F2 cars, with Jack there in second, Beaker in third, Furball fourth, Aviator fifth, Nixana in sixth place with Tortor in seventh, Raven Duck eighth, Hayden in ninth, Hardy in 10th, with Tiger getting best of the rest. Tiger Jr., his son, in 12th, Foxy in 13th, Jeb 14th, Bottas Gang 15th, Overspeed 16th, Marquez 17th, and Roshko in 18th. Now remember, the last three didn't get a time on the board because they invalidated. Bottas Gang retired, so he also didn't get any time on the board. And yep, as rightly pointed out in chat, Paul Loto Paya is probably the name we should be now nicknaming him, because he is right up there at the top right now. But this is the thing with this track, okay? Yes, Piloto is fast, and I think he has probably got the ability to keep himself ahead, but the toe and the DRS is quite strong here. There are some areas on the track, like the whole of the first sector is quite an area of the track where you can actually get quite a large gap built up if you do it right. Obviously, turn 1, 2, and 3, not so much, but then when it comes to 4, 5, and 6, that's where you can get that gap built up. It's an odd one. It requires you to be so accurate. And if these drivers make even the slightest mistake, especially in these F2 cars, that gap is just going to extend massively. As we see ourselves off now on the formation lap, it's going to be Piloto Paya leading us away. Looking at the tyre compounds, every single driver has got the hard compound tyre on. Nobody is trying anything different. Nobody's going for any other alternative strategy, as Piloto's gone very far off, and whether or not that's because the tyres are freezing cold or not is going to be an issue. Let's see. I'm wondering who's going to capitalize on this the most. This might catch a fair few people out. If the tires are on hards, they take so much longer to warm up. And on a track like this, with the weather like it is right now, hard tires are going to be really difficult to get to temperature. And you can see Piloto Paya is already understeering like crazy. So there's a worry. Jack could be in with a good run, maybe even Beaker, to be truthfully honest. I've seen Beaker have some really solid F2 races in the past. In fact, he's had a couple of wins himself, so maybe he can get the dub today. Furbol's going to be looking to try and impede that slightly, I guess. Trying to get himself onto a podium would be great for Furball. I haven't seen him on a podium for a while now. If he could achieve that and actually keep himself out of any trouble, I think turn 1, 2, and 3 is probably going to be the main issues when it comes to damage. Maybe turn 4, as that sharp left-hander can really catch some people out, especially if they go for a send. If somebody doesn't see that send coming, you know, there could be contact there as a result. Not that it's the person to avoid the send. If the person who's sending it is doing it in a dangerous manner, they're the ones that need to be watching out. Oh! I'm not sure what happened there. Luckily, no one is affected. There is a ghost or two. We are now back into the AI territory now then. So I'm keeping a firm eye on Hayden because he is somebody I have a lot of hope for when it comes to these F2 cars. Very much enjoys driving them, and again, like I said last week, he does use the default setup majority of the time. So to be able to drive so quick whilst only using default setup, that in itself is really quite impressive. I want to see him get into that top 5 at least by the end of this Grand Prix. But here we go then. We have got a few cars left to make it to the grid. That is, I believe, Marquez. I think Raven Duck's in the mix as well. Yeah, he is. Marquez is going to be the first of the remaining 3. I believe it was Bottas Gang as well, yep. And then Raven Duck. So we'll quickly go back to the front of the grid as Piloto Paya will lead us away for this feature race here in Britain. It's lights time. Here they are then. They are on and ready to go. It's the 5 lights we're waiting for, and as soon as they disappear, it's go time here in Britain. And immediately Pluto gets a huge wheel spin on the rears. Look at that. That was a massive one, but he got a really solid start. And immediately he's flying away as Jack is going to be caught up a little bit here with all this traffic coming in behind. I don't know if there's going to be any major issues to watch out for, but Raven Duck's up to P9. He's somehow just jumped up the field, and I'm seeing an opportunity arising as Hayden Gullis is trying to avoid carnage. There's been rotations left, right, and centre, and that is Toto who's been spanned, and more contact further downfield. I think Toto and Marquez had a little bit of a moment there. Let's have a quick look at that. Yes, they have. And then Roshko as well, who's losing the rear. That is a very hot rear now. They're going to be trying to catch it. Oh, almost contact. We have to go back up to P8. As you can see, Hardy and Tiger, they've swapped places. Tiger Jr. now up, Tiger Racing, in P8 now, as Hardy's actually had his son go down the inside. Tiger Jr., what a send. Really made that one work. And Hardy's trying to get back down the inside. There's no opportunity here. No gap. Nothing's going to form. Bottas Gang's going around the outside. And there's no trailer park girls in this one. He's just going to hold that one down. And that's P11 locked in for Bottas Gang. Still more scrapping going on further down the field. I can see Raven Duck and Toto having a little bit of a battle of themselves. And you got Beaker working his way onto Aviator. Bottas Gang and Overspeed still going at it. Actually, Overspeed, he must have seriously had Overspeed to go that far wide off on Cops. Coming into Magus and Beckus now. Hardy, F1 trying to stick to the back of Tiger Jr. Tiger Jr.'s father has run off down the field. He started to break that gap quite largely. That's Bottas Gang who's really having issues there. That's twice now. We saw it in the attempted qualifying where he lost it and went off onto the grass and ended up retiring. And now he's falling down the field and he's losing more places. Hardy F1 and Tiger Jr., they're swapping places, going through tow. Tiger Jr.'s lost out. He's down to P10 now. You got Hayden and Niksana side by side. Niksana's given ample space. This has allowed Hayden to get a run. There's also Aviator who's lost it in the second to last corner. And Niksana now up to P4. Hayden Gullis P5. Now we're going to have a look at after the end of the first lap. We do have a yellow flag sector 3. That is Foxy, who's fallen down to the back along with Tiger Jr. Raven Duck's in that position as well. He's in a really bad place, but the biggest winner so far is Overspeed, who's gained 6 places, and then second is tied currently with 4 people gaining 4 places: Bottas Gang, Marquez, Hayden, and Tiger Racing. Biggest loser so far is Raven Duck, who's lost 9 places, and then Toto there, who's down 7, although he's just claimed one back, so that's good news for him. He's pretty happy with that, and he's got Marquez still in tow, but no DRS yet. DRS is next lap. That's when everybody starts to get a little bit more fighty. A little bit more. I'm going to slip down the inside if I can find a gap here. As Bottas Gang is working on Overspeed again. These two have been scrapping for a little while. It's not really changed though. That's the only real worry to watch out for. Hayden Gullis and Furball, they're in a little battle themselves. Furball's trying to get the inside, but a bit slow there from Hayden Gullis. Did not quite get the pace he needed to. And that's kind of held Furball back, to be honest. The gap is starting to expand a little bit now with Niksana running away. That's Beaker who's had issues again. Magus and Beckers just seems to be catching these drivers out. It caught Beaker out, it's caught Bottas Gang out, and I don't know whether or not this is going to be even worse for them, as we can see. Furball and Hayden Gullis going side by side, coming into Stowe. Not sure what Hayden could do. He's just going to have to kind of give this position away and just watch out. But he's there still with Furball. The battle is still raging. Furball is still under attack, though. Hayden Gullis trying to send it through right onto that curb. Just backs out a little bit. That's probably the smartest option he could have made there. Oh, there goes Furball. That's a back end step out. He's caught it. Definitely a Code Brown moment, but he's seriously lost some places for that one. And Bottas Gang, he's just a bit too far back to capitalise on anything from that. But there was 2 drivers that gained some places. Pretty pleased with that. More battles as Toto is involved in a little scrap. It's a 3-way scrap as Roshko's trying to hunt him down. He's going for the move. Here it is. Big inside line. Is he going to be able to hold it in time? He's locked up just a touch and he's lost the rear. Oh, he caught it just about. He's on the green stuff and that's caused him to lose more places. Sorry, more time, not places. Toto somehow just got a really solid drive out of that. There he goes. Running off now. Never mind, he's trying to get back on Marquez. Inside line is the only option here. It's through. He's in. Overspeed. We seem to have lost. Is he? I think he's retired. I can see. No, he's recovering again. He's back. There we go. He had clearly had issues. He has returned. We've lost the driver. That was Tiger Jr. who's just lost the car, but he's still okay. Who is that battle? Is that Bottas Gang? Yes, it is. Bottas Gang and Tiger Racing. They're having a scrap. This is for P8. Now, bear in mind that in sprint races, we have the top 8 reversed. So whoever finishes P8 in this race will start on pole for the next race. So if Tiger Racing can hold P8 down right now, this is looking really good for a potential, well, really solid start in the next race. But we have got Bottas Gang, who's using that toe and the DRS. He's going on to the inside into Stowe, and I think he's got the move done. Yes, he has. Not much more Tiger Racing could do, apart from potentially come right back at him. He's got the pace. He's got the run out of the corner. Bottas Gang's under attack. How could Tiger Racing form this? Well, he's doing it. He's locked up. Oh, that was close. It was almost contact. Just a bit of a mistake there from Tiger Racing on the brakes. That's what stopped him from being able to secure that position. But he does still have a solid run here on Bottas Gang as the 3-way battle for P10 still commences. Marquez losing the rear just a touch. Evier's lost places. He's falling down the order. That's turn 1 he's lost out on. Roshko just tried to go side by side with one of the drivers. It didn't work out, and Marquez stays in P10. Toto stays P11, and we appear to have had an issue with Jeb, who's lost the rear, gone towards the wall. Still alive. No dramas as of yet. Quite a lot of battles happening on the track at the minute, which is great to see. I'm expecting that the battles are nowhere near over, though. 3 laps to go. 4 if you include the remainder of the one that they're on right now. And the only thing that's surefire is Piloto Paya is very comfortably ahead. 2.3 seconds. Then you got Jack, who's 3.4 seconds ahead of Beaker, and that's allowing him to just feel very cozy in a solid P2. Roshko's lost the rear. That's not how you want to do that, and Hardy's getting that place, and Marquez is in a similar boat. He's also lost it. Hardy just gets a double freebie, although Marquez is trying to shut the door, and Hardy gets down the inside. Nice little cheeky move, and he's pulled that off. P11. Marquez, though, hasn't backed out, and he's decided, I'm going to have to just try and slip on through, and yep, that's exactly what he's done. Still alongside. Hardy's going to be able to pull away there. Marquez just couldn't get through Magnussen Beckett's clean enough. Pace is still there. Still has an opportunity. Jeb has lost the rear. That is a big sad. Piloto Paya is setting the fastest lap of the session, which means he'll get an additional 2 points to add to his already existing 4. And if he gets the race win as well, that's going to make it almost impossible for anybody to be able to do anything about it. As Hayden Gullis is in a 3-way battle that Bottas Gang is currently at the back of. Furball's in the sandwich. Is he going to end up gaining anything from this? He's lost the rear, that's for sure. He's actually understeered quite dramatically, and that's allowed Bottas Gang to just coast on through. Hayden Gullis just about clips the apex, just outside of it slightly. He's taking this very cleanly, but Bottas Gang has got so much more pace. Hayden is really just playing the patient game, trying to keep himself in a nice, comfortable points position, does not want to risk anything, and this is allowing Bottas Gang to just attack. And here you can see Hayden Gullis holding the line. Bottas Gang going for the inside. I think that is going to be a pretty simple move. It's whether or not Bottas Gang can slow himself down in time, and he has. And that is that position secured then. P5 for Bottas Gang. P6 for Hayden Gullis. And it looks like Furball will have to sit in a comfortable P7 for now. We have only got 2 laps remaining. Not sure how much more can change. Marquez is having issues. He's having a side-by-side battle with Hardy. Hardy's still coming back at him. He might be able to hold that inside line if he can. Not yet. Marquez back into P11 then. Ravenduck and Roshko, more issues. That was Roshko who just went off the track again, same place. So this is not looking too good for Roshko. He's got a lot to do. Going back up then to Furball, who's still hunting for Hayden Gullis. Hayden is just trying to stay in the toe of Bottas gang, and he's managed to just about do that for the most part, but he's right on that limit. That DRS is about to just disappear for him. There it is. It's now over the 1 second margin. Now Furball is sort of pretty much applying the pressure to Hayden. I don't think Hayden can really sort of answer this. You can see the lines he's taking. It's like he's scared to just get down on the power a little bit. The hard tyres may be what's causing this, because everyone is losing control of the cars here, and it is a little bit worrying. It is a little bit worrying. I'm not sure why he's struggling so much on the hards. Hardy, F1 and Ravenduck. That's Hardy onto the curb there. Bit of a mistake, it looks like. Have warm tyres now on the rear. Trying to close back onto Roshko. Toe very much being utilised. Does he have an answer? Not yet, that is it. Roshko gets a penalty though. I think that's actually one of the few. I don't think we've had many penalties for exceeding track limits here. So there's a fierce battle going on up there for P6. That is Furball still on the back of Hayden. The understeer on Furball's car is tremendous. So maybe that is what's causing the problem. We'll see now. Is there anything going to form here for this? I don't think Furball is going to be able to... He just seems to be understeering too much. This meaning whenever he gets the pass done on anybody, he's losing it again in the next few corners because he just can't keep the car pointing in the right direction. Yellow flag in sector 3. That is Jeb. Hayden again under attack. Here comes Furball. Maggots and Beckers is proving to be a nightmare for Hayden. Here comes Furball. DRS wide open. And we said earlier about how much faster he is in the straight line. As you can see now, he's really reeling Hayden in. Is he going to go for the big send? Yes, he is. He could. Well, never mind. He backed out of it. He saw an opportunity and decided against it. Logical. I think that's the only logical option there. Jack actually taking that fastest lap away. Now Piloto has got a lot to do. Somehow, he's going to need to find a way to break that down again. Hayden Gullis in big trouble now. Furball's still coming. Piloto's going to need to get that fastest lap again to just make sure he's got that additional couple of points under his name. I don't think he can do that though, as Jack has chucked in quite a quick lap. But never underestimate Piloto's pace. When he turns the wick up to full, that's when it's the beast is unleashed. Furball still sitting behind Hayden, but now we've got a DRS zone and that gap is really quite short. This could be Furball's position to take here. Hayden knows this. That's why he's putting the pressure on. You can see the back end just twitched a little bit. Furball kept his nerve, kept the control of the car quite nice, and already into the toe of Hayden. Is Hayden going to move to defensive? Yes, he is. Not a lot can be done about this now. Furball's just going to have to try and hold his line around the outside, but the understeer has just been too much for him. Hayden has managed to scale the position again, and he's still on the inside line, meaning there is no answer for Furball. He's going to have one more attempt, one last opportunity to pass here, and that is going to be on the Hangar Straight. He will come to me. We have lost Hardy. Hardy has retired from the session. No points to be awarded for Hardy for this race, sadly. Or any of these guys outside of the top 10 currently, which is where Ravenduck sits. Tiger Racing still holding P8, so we'll be starting on pole for the next race. Is this... Is there anything here that Furball can do? Can he hold this going into our stow? We're about to find out. Hayden under attack once more. Here comes Furball. There's the DRS wide up and he's already flown past him. Hayden might still try and just last-ditch attempt this through the inside. He has not been successful. And Tiger Racing's actually not that far away from this. You can see this. If anybody makes a mistake that causes them to lose control of their car, then, you know, this could be Tiger Racing securing initial position. Furball can see the blood, can see that P6 as Piloto's crossed the line and taken it. Jack's crossed the line and taken second, and it's a P7 for Furball. For Hayden Gullis. Tiger Racing does get that P8, and the penalties being applied meant that it was much closer than we originally anticipated. Who got the fastest lap? Was it still Jack? Let's quickly check. No, Piloto got it back. Wow, 142.163. I said, don't rule him out. He will snatch that back. And he went ahead and did exactly that. Beautiful stuff there from Piloto. And this guy just seems to be unstoppable. Somehow he is able to not only get the fastest lap in the qualifying, not only then move into the race and secure the win, but then also go ahead and secure the fastest lap points. He's got 6 points alone just from how quick he can be. Now he's got the additional 25 points to go into his pocket as well. This is looking very difficult indeed for any of the other drivers. Currently, it looks like Jack is going to be the only person who has a chance to bring this back. If I remember correctly, I can't remember if it was Jack last week, or somebody was a point away from being able to take that P1 spot of the overall weekend win. Right then, here's your podium. And now here is the rundown of the drivers and where they finished in that race. Piloto taking the win along with that fastest lap, like I said, so that's 27 points in his pocket with the 4 already from qualifying. Means that he's going to be very comfortably ahead with Jack there in second, Beaker in third, Nixana in fourth, Bottasgang in fifth with Furball in sixth, Hayden in seventh, Tiger Racing in eighth, Aviator in ninth, Tortor getting best of the rest and the final point, sorry, not best of the rest, getting the final point position with Ravenduck getting best of the rest. There you go, I can do it. Roshko takes P12, O-Speed takes 13th, Marquez 14th, Tiger Jr. 15th, Foxy in 16th, Hardy who DNF'd along with Jeb who didn't make it to the finish line in time. In terms of the overall weekend results, everything's the exact same except for the fact that Piloto is on 31 points. That is a very difficult position for Jack to pull back. Now, he can do this. If Piloto doesn't score any points in this next race, and Jack takes the win as well, or finishes P2 along with... Wait, no, I don't think he can do it. He's got P2. P2 is 12 points, isn't it? P1 is 15 in the sprint race. So, yeah. Jack is going to need to win this next race. Jack has to do it. And I've just been informed that this is going to be a wet race. A wet Grand Prix around Britain. Who would have thought it? Here it is. That doesn't look like it's going to be inters. That looks like it's going to be hard wets. Right there. Let's have a look. Drivers are currently looking at their strategy. We'll see what they can do about this. This could be disastrous for Piloto if he doesn't manage to keep himself on the track correctly. If he gets a little bit too aggressive on the accelerator, if he makes it just a little bit too twitchy with the wheel, or maybe even just presses the brake a little bit too hard, one lockup could be all it would take to send yourself from the front of the grid to near the back. And then, you know, especially when it comes to contact, you have a wet race, it allows cars to sort of slide way more than you necessarily want them to, and disaster could strike very easily. Here we go then. What tyres have we gone for? Is that wets? It is. So it's wet enough. Oh, who's that? Was that Furball? Yes, it was. Off into the gravel already. So immediately off the start, it looks like we might be seeing some issues. And we're only on the formation lap. So when it comes to the official race start, there's going to be lots of back end stepping out. There's going to be lots of mistakes. I'm expecting to see some sort of carnage. Is that Furball still off track? Yes, he is. Very safely rejoined there. Extra safely rejoined there, I would probably say. No one has hit it. Oh, there has been a few actually. I take that back. Who is that? Is that Bottasgang? No, Piloto. Yes. So Piloto is starting in P8, obviously, as he won the first race. Tiger Racing is going to get the P1 start along with Hayden there in second. Now, Hayden's starts are actually really quite good, but they're not that good when it comes to the wet, because he's just like me in that respect. We both struggle in the wet weather, so it's going to be crucial for him really to try and get a good start, get a nice push away, and hopefully pull the grid behind him and avoid any of the carnage. We'll have to wait and see. As you can see, Bottasgang and Beaker having a little bit of contact there. They're probably going to get reset to the grid. There they go. It's more cars that are going to be sat there on the grid waiting for these to come through. Wet weather really makes this seriously difficult to handle. I don't even know how you would get around this. I mean, you could try and amend the differential, I guess. The setups obviously are available to these drivers. They can choose a setup if they want to, but Parc Fermé is on, so they don't have the ability to change it mid-race. That's the issue. Right, here we go then. Final few corners before we get these drivers back on the grid. We just have to wait for Jeb to make it around the track. He was currently on his way to do that. So many cars here already getting reset to the grid as a result of losing control of the car. There's Foxy, Roshko, Overspeed, Piloto. Beaker was involved. Bottas Gang was also in there. Hayden even getting a reset as well. Tiger Racing involved in there too. Nixana was the first of the cars to return to the grid, I believe, without actually being reset to the grid. Alright, here we go then. Once Jeb is back in his position, we shall see how this race pans out for the final F2 race. It is going to be Tiger Racing leading us away. Lights on. Count them up. And it's go time here then in Britain. Tiger Racing's got a bit of a wobbly start, and Hayden Gullis, he's really got a solid start, but has he got as good a start as Bottas Gang as he's trying to make his way through these cars? There's no opportunity to do that as we come through turn 1. It looks like it's going to be very wide there for Bottas Gang. He's still alongside, a little bit of decent going on around there. No contact from those drivers. There's going to be a mistake, I reckon, from Nixana. He's trying it. He's not been able to pull that one out. He's actually getting sandwiched here. More contact around. There's a car being rotated. That's Tortor again. Same place. He's just getting involved in incidents, unfortunately for him. And that's causing him out. Nixana's... Oh, he's in a sandwich. Hayden's been caught in the sandwich as well. But he's not had any major issues. He's just fallen down the grid so far. More cars coming across there. Who was that? That's Tiger Jr. just sent it a little bit harder than we anticipated. Piloto Paya, Ravenduck, they're having a good old squabble along with Hardy, who's got the inside line. Ravenduck's going to try and actually return that favour to him. I think he might actually be able to get that position back on him. Yes, he is. Pushed it a little bit wider. That's Hardy getting a penalty for ignoring yellow flag. So whilst he is there and scrapping, oh, he's almost lost the rear. This is getting very, very tough. Very tense for these guys. Tiger Racing still leading though after the, well, throughout 2/3 of the wet GP here in Britain. Overspeed's ran off very wide. That's P7 that Ravenduck's trying to hunt for now. I think he might actually get it. Potentially, we have lost a driver. It's Tiger Racing, Tiger Jr., sorry, who's lost control of the car and fallen back. That is actually a massive penalty there for Marquez for that severe collision. 3-second time penalty. Currently P16, so points are not really going to be a factor for him anyway. I think Beaker and Hayden are having a little battle. Beaker, again, losing control through that Maggots and Beckett section. He's struggling. He's not got the comfortability on there. Comfortability, there's a word, made it up. Bottas Gang trying to go for an inside line send on Tiger Racing. Tiger Racing defends it, but now he's got a very tight line in through the final few corners. Yes, he's going to be able to hold it, but Bottas Gang gets so much more momentum through, and that's allowed him to just quickly nip round him. Just a hop, skip, and jump past Tiger Racing there. He's still P2. Aviator hunting him down, though. That could very easily change things very quickly. Bottas Gang gets the first fastest lap. Here's a 203. Ravenduck and Nixana. Oh, Ravenduck's just about carried his car through there. There's a little touch, nothing too serious. Piloto Paya getting a 3-second penalty means he might not get any points today. Although Jack is below him. He's in P10. He needs to get the race win in order to get this weekend result. And he doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. So many cars swapping places because of all the mistakes that have been made in this wet weather conditions. Hayden Gullis along with Foxy. They're actually scrapping Foxy. That's him and Marquez trying to have a battle. And I'm not sure. Marquez is lagging quite drastically here. And Foxy just loses the rear a tiny bit. Ravenduck was in the same boat as well. He did the exact same thing. And Jack, Piloto, they swap places. These are the championship contenders. Although it looks like Piloto is going to be the one that runs away with it. Unless Jack can somehow pull away a race win here. He's going to need to in order to get this. But he also needs to bank on Piloto not getting any points. That's the only way that Jack can pull this off now. It's not impossible, just improbable. Nixana P6 with Overspeed a little bit further ahead. There's quite a large gap after that when you look at where Furball is. He's currently still battling. This is for P2 as Bottas Gang is quite comfortably ahead. 1.6 seconds in fact. Now it's all on Furball to be able to jump Aviator and get onto the back of Tiger Racing. Oh, they can't see each other. That's why they drove straight under him. It's actually allowed Furball to just get this toe quite nicely onto the back of Tiger Racing. No inside line and lots more desync going on. Nixana's had issues. He's seriously had issues. That's Stowe. I think that might be Stowe. Yes, it is. A severe collision with Hardy. That is not good news at all. Penalty for Nixana then. Aviator ran off very wide there. Still here on the back of Furball. Not that he can see him, but they are still very closely matched. very closely battled along with Beaker. Oh, there's contact there. Beaker went into the side of Jack. That's actually put Jack down a couple of places. Hayden, he's actually reeled himself back into this a little bit. Back into P9. Furball, Aviator, they're still fighting hard. Not that they can see it. They are morphing in and out of each other. There are yellow flags for the second to 3. That is Tiger Jr. and Jeb having issues. Not together, just individually. Furball still here. Ixana and Hardy. Ixana's in P12. I'm not sure what caused the collision, but there was one. Hayden Gullis still there, still hanging in. He's just outside of the points position. P8 is where you get points here for these sprint races. Toto and Jack, though, they are very close. Jack back up in a P10. He lost that position earlier due to the contact he had with Beaker, and that was for P8, remember. So Piloto up in P6 right now. Yeah, he's got a 3-second time penalty, but as it stands, he's only going to lose 2 places. And that will still put him in a points position, which would mean that Jack could not do it. Jack has to win this. If Piloto scores any points here, Jack cannot get the weekend win. Looks like Aviator's back onto Joe again as Furball's lost a lot of time. 2.2 seconds is the gap there. Tiger Racing's gone very deep into Stowe, and this is allowing Aviator to just get on through. Now, has Tiger Racing learned from the moment early where he tried to go very deep, very tight? It hasn't worked this time, and Aviator's back through again. It's P2 now for Aviator. Bottas Gang has built up quite a substantial gap. 4.8 seconds is where they sit right now, and a lovely little 3-way battle for P10 here with Beaker and Roshko swapping places. Roshko is just hanging in for this DRS here. And now he's outside of it. Toto and Nixana, they're side by side coming in through turn 1. Toto was getting squeezed to the inside there. Nixana very much put him in an awkward position. Piloto is actually really pushing away here. Look at this. He's already built up almost a 3-second gap. It's Tiger Racing and Bottas Gang swap places, but that's because Bottas Gang has had a mega off. Who is that in the background as well? Is that Nixana? No, it wasn't. Who was that? That was Roshko. He's had a serious off there. That was really good. And that's actually allowed Hayden to get through as well. Back up into P7. You never stop when it comes to these races, because this is exactly what can happen. You can so easily swap places. As Piloto on overspeed coming up towards Cops Corner now. Overspeed is comfortably in P4. But Piloto is looking to take that. Overspeed's got very good car control through there. He managed to manage that car in these conditions right the way through without any issues. Tiger Jr. and Foxy. As Tiger Jr. has lost the car. Here comes Jeb. Right on by. Piloto in P5. No DRS, remember. Pure speed is what these guys need in order to get these positions taken. Overspeed holding to P4 quite nicely. Piloto right there has got an opportunity if he can just find a gap. We do still have one final lap to go as Piloto's trying to send it around the outside through the final 2 corners, and not here, not now, says Overspeed, unless... Oh, the pace there was so slow for Overspeed. There's Piloto's opportunity. He just couldn't find a little bit of a slip to get through. The gap is just so close. Beaker getting those points as well will help him if he can hold that fastest lap down. Overspeed in trouble. Here comes Piloto. He's going to have to send it. There's no other alternative. This is the only way this goes down. There it is. There's the gap. There's the one that Piloto wanted. He needs to get the cutback as well. As Overspeed has managed to hold it on the apex. There's not a great deal more that Piloto can do about this now. He's still got so much more pace. He just hasn't got any room or space to do it with. Here we go though. This could be the one. He's only got really one other opportunity. He's taking it very round the outside. That's a word. Just English is a problem for me. Here comes Piloto. I think he's done it. He's actually got the inside. Overspeed's got the overdrive. He's trying to hold it round the outside. He has. Has he? Yes, he has. Overspeed. What a maneuver to keep himself alive. Hayden Gullis and Bottas Gang, they're still holding each other to rights as well, as Hayden Gullis is actually doing what Piloto couldn't, which is holding that inside line, and Bottas Gang still sitting tight. Roshko and Hardy, they're in the exact same place these guys were, and Hardy gets the inside maneuver complete. He is in P11 and holding it down as Bottasgang and Hayden still going at it. Hayden Gullis is about to lose his position, or is he? Because he's still there. He's still got a nose in. I think Bottasgang has to back out here. Yes, he does. Hayden Gullis stays P7. We're running out of corners. I don't think Bottasgang is going to be able to do anything unless the toe down the hanger straight. Hayden knows the exit here is crucial. I don't think he's going to get it. Here comes Bottasgang then. The toe being utilised. Hayden, you're going to have to defend the inside as much as you possibly can, because here comes Bottasgang, and I think Hayden should be able to do this. Yes, I think he has, or unless he runs deep. Here comes Bottasgang down the inside through the final. Oh, I think he's got it. Yes, he has. Hayden's still in this. Still could go for a send as Avia's crossed the line and take a P1. Tiger Racing's take a P2. Furball takes third with BK in fourth. Here comes Hayden through the inside potentially. Come on, Hayden, you've got this. No, he just cannot get it. And he crosses the line and takes P8. He gets the final points position. Oh, Hayden made that final lap look so spicy. Beautiful stuff from there. Nick Sana crosses the line after cutting that corner quite substantially. Roshko will cross it, and will he go any further up? Yes, he does. P11 or P12 for Hardy. Nick Sana loses 2 places. Here comes Marquez. And Ravenduck, his teammate, in tow. A good 12 and a bit seconds behind. And we have a little wait for Foxy, Tiger Jr. and Jeb to come to the line. But my, oh my, what a race that was. Hayden Gullis giving us a bit of a show there on the final lap, and it just couldn't work out for him as Bottasgang found the manoeuvre after everything he went through. He managed to get that P7 locked in, get those additional points. Piloto Paya surely has to have taken the weekend win here. There's not much more that can be said or can be done about that. Who got the fastest lap? Was that Beaker, I think, in the end? Yes, it was. A 1:55.558. Nearest person looks to be Bottasgang with a 1:55.873. So fair play to Beaker getting that fastest lap double points. Alright, here we go then to the final results of the F2 races. Aviator takes the win here with Tiger Racing there in second, Furball in third. Beaker takes 4th place along with that fastest lap, so 10 points for him. Piloto Paya takes 5th with 6 points. OSB takes 6th. Bottasgang takes 7th. Hayden gets 8th and manages to get a point. Jack takes 9th. Toto in 10th. Roshko in 11th. Hardy in 12th. Nixana 13th. Marquez 14th. Ravenduck 15th. Tiger Jr. 16th. Foxy 17th. And finally, Jeb in 18th place. And the winner of the weekend is Piloto Paya. 12 points clear as Beaker takes P2. Jack takes P3, he's tied with Furball for it, as Aviator takes P5. Tiger Racing takes P6, with Nixana in 7th, tied with Bottasgang. Hayden Gullis takes 9th, with Overspeed taking 10th. Toto gets the only remaining point, as Roshko, Hardy, Marquez, Ravenduck, Tiger Jr., Foxy, and Jeb all scored nothing. Oh, well, that's it for the F2 races, but don't go anywhere, because very shortly we will get on and underway with the F1 race. Stay tuned.